Mass Effect Monday continues as executive producer Casey Hudson takes to the stage, unveils 2 new trailers, and tells you why you're going to have to call in sick on March 6th. BioWare co-founder Dr. Greg Zeschuk proves he's still strong with the Force and unveils another incredible Star Wars The Old Republic trailer. And details on the Mass Effect 3 Collector's Edition surface, you better lock it down. Your one-stop shop for BioWare news is here. It's time to get your fingers on the pulse. You're locked in to BioWare Pulse. I'm David Silverman. As E3 announcements continue to flood the net, BioWare Pulse is there to cover all your BioWare needs and answer your questions. Let's fire up the news. Mass Effect Monday continued today as executive producer Casey Hudson took to the stage at the EA E3 press conference in Los Angeles and unveiled a killer glimpse at some of the hard-hitting action in Mass Effect 3. In addition, we learned that March 6, 2012 will be the official North American release date for Mass Effect 3, with Europe following soon after on March 9th. And if that wasn't enough, BioWare also unveiled details of the Mass Effect 3 Collector's Edition. I managed to sit down with Casey Hudson following the EA press conference for more details. We're here live at the Orpheum Theater with executive producer Casey Hudson. He's very relieved now that he just blew everyone away with his Mass Effect 3 demo. Casey, is that reminiscent of all the action we can expect in Mass Effect 3?
It is really. It's actually just the beginning. I mean, in this demo, Commander Shepard is in the same space as a Reaper. It's a mile-high, super intelligent starship, essentially. And that's what we're doing with this game, is we're really putting you in these situations, larger-than-life situations, but also we're rendering it on a very personal and emotional level so that it's got an incredible story to it. But it really is, for new players, this is the best place to start because it's the beginning of the Galactic War and all the biggest events in the series. But also, if you've been playing along with the series and you've been making decisions, you'll see all those decisions come into effect in this game.
Awesome. Now, we saw previously at the Microsoft press conference Mass Effect with Kinect support. Now we get this, seeing a huge Reaper chase. What other surprises do you have for us at E3?
Well, we've got a lot more to show throughout the E3, and so one of the things that we showed is obviously the Kinect support. We would never do something if it was really cheesy or gimmicky, and a lot of people had a lot of questions about what we're going to add for Kinect. But I think people saw today that it's a really cool integration where we actually have voice commands that, people have seen voice commands before in a game maybe, but in Mass Effect you've got a team, you've got a lot of stuff that you'd like them to be able to do in terms of squad tactics, and the cool thing that the Kinect allows you to do is we do that on the hardware side. So for us, that's the big difference, is we can make all this stuff happen, and we can basically think about all the cool things that we would want you to do as a player and put those things in a lot easier, and then it's just a lot cooler to play.
Awesome. So we saw that we were now 2 demos down and 2 demos left. Any hints into what those 2 demos are going to be?
Well, we're actually really excited because we've showed a couple things already, but the things we're showing behind closed doors and then some of the stuff that we're going to do for TV really shows a few more aspects of the game. And I mean, this is the game where, for the first time in the Mass Effect universe, we're going to Earth. So we're going to show that and talk about it and just kind of tease open a little bit more of this massive game that we're building.
All right, well, there you go. And stick to BioWare Pulse as we cover a special Behind Closed Doors with Casey tomorrow. Also making headlines, BioWare co-founder Dr. Greg Zeschuk debuted the Choose Your Side trailer for Star Wars The Old Republic. BioWare Pulse's Dave Geffen scheduled an appointment with a doctor after the press conference.
Greg, that was an amazing trailer. I definitely think we're all going to have a tough choice to make when it comes time to play the game. So what side are you going to pick?
Well, I'm usually playing the evil side, on the Imperial, but it's funny, I sort of twist them good to a certain degree, and now I'm playing on the good side. I'm being a goody-goody Jedi sage, nice, nicely well put together and following all the rules. So that's actually pretty cool. When the game finally comes down for real, I don't know, I'm probably going to play all over the place because there's so many awesome options. I'll probably end up playing Republic in the end, but I've had a lot of fun with particularly, I like the Agent, funny enough, but that's a great class for me.
So we've seen an amazing trailer. What else are we going to see here at E3 that's going to really knock BioWare fans' socks off?
Well, I think that BioWare fans, particularly folks who have been following The Old Republic, are going to see a ton of new stuff. The game itself is looking really, really slick. You'll see a totally new UI. People are getting hands-on Tatooine here. You probably hear a lot about that. That's going to include vehicle mounts that people are going to be using in that. We're showing a little bit about raids, what we call operations. There's a little bit also in some high-level boss fights. Just, a little more endgame stuff, a little more of the really, okay, this is going to be really an incredibly fully featured MMO, as well as a really core BioWare BioWare game at the same time.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time, Greg, and back to you, David.
Thanks, Dave. And with that, your double dose of BioWare Pulse concludes. But before we let you go, here's a quick glimpse of what you can expect from BioWare Pulse's continued E3 coverage. Tomorrow at 3 p.m., we take you behind closed doors and show you a glimpse of the Mass Effect 3 demo. On Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific, we throw down Jedi style and debut an epic boss fight in Star Wars The Old Republic straight from the E3 show floor. And then on Thursday at 9 a.m., we will wrap up our E3 coverage in a spectacular fashion by giving you the chance to ask your questions about Mass Effect 3 and Star Wars The Old Republic to Casey Hudson and Dallas Dickinson in our live Q&A. Go to www.masseffect.com for more info on this live Q&A and details on how you can submit your YouTube questions. Lots of great things in store for you this week, so stick around. For BioWare Pulse, I'm David Silverman, reminding you to keep your fingers on the pulse.